My name is Sully, better known as Pius. I can help with sewers, so I can recite.
My name is Suhaila, memorizing surahs, reading the Quran, and practicing the Sunnah.
My name is Mommy, better known as Umi. Islamic education is key to the family. We tune in every day to learn something new, and Sunnah Followers is helping us, and it could help you too. Tune in every day for new programming. Stay tuned.
And much more.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. My Lord, get wet. Get wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. Getting ready for our conversation, deep and in depth. Obligations are serious and need to be met. So I prepare so I won't forget. Go ahead and make a good intention. Yeah, yeah. You can wrap up some good things. Yeah, make a donation to the side and go from left and make it right. Just remember and don't lose sight. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal.
Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Laila Nasheeba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnah Followers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
In a world full of distractions, finding authentic knowledge is more important than ever. Sunnah Followers Online University, formed in 1986, provides dedicated teachers and scholars, offering classes in Aqidah, Fiqh, and Tawheed, all strictly according to the Quran and Sunnah. To keep these programs running and accessible to everyone for free, we need your support, whether it's $10 or $1,000. Your donation keeps the light of knowledge burning. Please donate at sunnahfollowers.net. Assalamu, bye!
Alhamdulillah, it is that time again. Increase our worship and plead for forgiveness. Alhamdulillah, it is that time again. Increase our worship and plead for
Need inspiration? Need to brush up on the do's and don'ts during this blessed month? Join us for Sunnah Followers, Ramadan Prep, and allow Ustada Laila Nasheeba to walk you through day by day through this blessed month of Ramadan. This will keep your iman tight, your ibadah right, and keep you pushing in the light. streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah Followers.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulallah. Before we begin, let me see, is there anyone in here that can tell me that my stream is normal? That it's not like it was the other day with that crazy lagging, because I do have my grandson here, and I want to make sure that he's not, I repeat, that he's not.
So far, so good.
It's what? I can't understand you.
I say it's good. So far, it's good.
Okay, good. Okay, mashallah. Let me know if it starts that crazy lagging, because you know how kids are. I don't want him to get on the computer and start streaming while I'm streaming. Okay, I'm taking it off a hard drive. And also, let me put this here. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, y'all let me know if it changes and goes into that crazy stuff, because you know how kids are. I don't want him to go on there and stream on his on my other computer and mess up my stream. Okay, so Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulallah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Ramadan prep series, alhamdulillah. And tonight what we're going to be speaking about is sicknesses, because you may have to break your fast when this Ramadan, because maybe you get sick, you could get COVID, maybe you catch the cold, get flu, or something like that, and you might have to break your fast. And again, Allah does not want to impose a hardship upon any of us, you know. And again, you have your personal jinn assigned to you. Your personal jinn is going to want to make you think that because you have to break your fast, that you're losing out on blessings and that you're going to hell and all of this. That's not the case. Okay, fasting is prescribed upon us so we can get closer to Allah. We can become better people, better Muslims, because we get to look at ourselves and see what our weaknesses are as Muslims and make the change to change the condition of ourselves to that which is better and pleasing to Allah. So, you know, if you have to break your fast because you're sick, you got the flu, you're sick, say even a migraine headache. Migraine headaches are nothing to play with. If you feel a migraine headache coming on, you break your fast and take the medicine to stop it, okay? Or you get sick to the point where you feel like you're about to fall out, you know, or something like that. You become confused, or you have to break the fast and make that day up. So that's what tonight's lesson is going to focus on, sicknesses. So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen for tonight's discussion. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me log into this program here. Hold on, give me a second. And yes, I am logged in on Rumble. Rumble should be set up correctly. I did set the right lecture stream, the stream name on there. It should say preparing for Ramadan, inshallah. I did set that one up. This time I set it up correctly. I know I've been very remiss with Rumble, and I apologize for that. It's just so much going on. Okay, let's share my PowerPoint. Everybody look at the screen, inshallah. You should be able to see the PowerPoint. Get ready to post it up. Okay. Oh, I got the wrong year up there. Well, that's okay. It was last year's PowerPoint. That's okay. All right. So tonight we're going to speak about sickness and physically demanding jobs. Sicknesses and physically demanding jobs. How to handle ourselves. What to do. Okay. And this is all based on the following verse of the Quran. Yeah, I got the right date down here. I don't know what happened that I don't know. We'll figure it out. Allah tells us in the Quran, in the interpretation of the meaning, and whosoever is sick or on a journey traveling, the same number of days upon which one did not observe fasting must be made up from other days. This is in Surah Baqarah. Okay, so if you get sick and you have to break your fast, just break it. And then you will make those days up after Ramadan. Real simple, real easy. Remember, Islam is easy. So in the advent of any sickness that makes you feel unwell, it could be that maybe, you know, you have, like I said, a migraine headache is coming on. Okay, and you know it's going to get worse if you don't take the medicine. Okay, or maybe you're sick with the flu. Maybe you have COVID. Okay, then you go ahead and break that fast and make it up. And again, the sickness, on contrary to what other people may tell you, the sickness does not have to be a major sickness. You're going to have some Muslims tell you that it has to be a major sickness. No, it doesn't. It does not. Okay. A headache, like a cluster headache, a migraine headache. Okay. But I'm going to give you an example. Just because you're coughing. Now, that's not, you can't say, oh, Sister Layla, I just coughed. Can I break my fast because I coughed? No. We cough all the time. Just because I coughed, I have a cough. Why do you have a cough? I have a cough due to a cold. That's not an excuse. Okay. But if I have a headache, that's a cluster headache coming on, or a migraine headache coming on, that's different. Or what about the coffee headache that we get? Sometimes we get a headache because we haven't had the caffeine. Now, that's nothing. You know, you can deal with a headache from a caffeine headache. A caffeine headache is not a grounds to break your fast, but migraine, cluster headaches, yes, go ahead and break your fast, take your medication. What about a minor ache? Oh, Layla, my finger hurts. What do you mean? My finger, it just hurts. No, that's not an excuse to break your fast. Okay. Oh, Layla, my toe hurts. That's not an excuse. Minor aches, minor pain. No, we don't break our fast for that. What about a runny nose? My nose is running. Well, wipe it, blow your nose. That's not an excuse to break your fast. Okay. Or I cut my finger. I was chopping some onions because I'm preparing spaghetti for dinner tonight. Cutting your finger is not an excuse either. Okay, but you know, it doesn't have to be a major illness, but it can't be something minute like a runny nose or I cut my finger or something like that. So we have to remember, you know, it's just, you know, it doesn't have to be a major sickness, but it can't be something simple like a runny nose or a cough or a cut finger either. We have to use common sense. Islam is easy, but like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Islam is easy, but you have to have common sense too. All right. Also, there's a couple of things we have to take into consideration. Number one, if there is medical proof, or if a person knows from his or her usual experience, or if a person is certain that fasting will make his sickness worse, or fasting will delay his or her recovery, then he's allowed to break his fast. So you know for a fact that if I don't break my fast and take some Tylenol, this headache is gonna get worse. Then, you know, you go ahead and break the fast. If a person is seriously ill, he does not have to have the intention during the night to fast. That's something else to consider too. Even if there's a possibility that he may be well in the morning. For example, you have the flu. The flu ain't nothing to play with. The flu is even worse sometimes, depending on what type of flu you have. You know, the flu is worse than COVID, especially this latest flu. It's worse than COVID. COVID, usually you get better after the third or fourth day. The flu can linger around for 2 months or 3 months. So if you know, if you're seriously ill, like with the flu, you don't have to have the intention to fast the night before, you know, even if you may be well. Because what counts is what's going on at the present moment. We have to keep that in mind too, because we get that a lot every Ramadan. Oh, Sister Laila, I'm sick. I got the flu, but do I still have to have the intention to fast tomorrow in case I get better? No, sister, you're sick. You know, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. What counts is what's going on right now. Like I tell you guys, only Allah knows what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't live in the past and we don't live in the future. We can only be held accountable for what's happening right now. What's going on right now at the present moment? You're sick with the flu. So why would Allah hold you accountable for what's going to happen later on when you don't even know if you're going to be living later on? You could die. People die from the flu. How do you know that your lungs are not going to get filled up and you stop breathing? So no, you don't have to have the intentions tonight to fast tomorrow. You might not even live through the night. So keep that in mind. And I know I'm going to get that question during Ramadan because somebody's going to get sick with the flu or with COVID or something. All right. And that brings us to the next question. What about this? What if the person fears or experiences unconsciousness during the month of Ramadan? You go unconscious. That happens. You get sick with COVID. You get sick with the flu. Or you fall down at your job. That happened twice last Ramadan. Twice last Ramadan, a couple of people fell at their job. One sister fell at home. One of my elderly sisters fell lifting something, trying to reach in her cabinet and fell off a stool. And she hit her head and was unconscious. They took her to ER. ER. She was unconscious. What if the person experiences unconsciousness? Well, if fasting will cause, let's talk about this scenario first. What if you're fasting and fasting causes you to become unconscious? If fasting will cause unconsciousness, then break your fast and make that day up later. Now, this may happen in the case of, say, you're an elderly person. You're a person that's elderly, and we talked about how an elderly person is defined to be elderly. It's not based on how old you are. It's based on your physical state. Say you're one of my older sisters here who has health problems. You have a bad heart, you shouldn't have been fasting anyway. But I have some hard-headed women that like to stay in my Zoom room with us, and they're hard-headed. They don't want to admit that they have health issues. They think they're normal health-wise when they're not. So they may sneak and try to fast, thinking that they're doing something. And then when they go on halfway through the day, they start to feel dizzy. They feel unsteady. Well, that happened last year. We had one of our elderly ladies who was fasting, and she had a heart condition, but she was fasting. She didn't recognize the fact that she was dizzy and unsteady because of the fast. She kept on fasting and she ended up falling out, going to the ER. But if you are fasting and you feel yourself becoming unsteady, not aware of what's going on, you should break your fast, because you're probably getting ready to fall out. Okay. And if you're a normal person who doesn't have health issues, you don't have a heart condition, you don't have medical problems, just break your fast and just make that day up later. But if a person is normal and the person is fasting, when I say normal, that means that person has no health issues like heart disease or strokes or any medical issues, and the person is fasting and just all of a sudden falls unconscious, and that person falls unconscious during the day, and then the person comes back to wake during before Maghrib or even after Maghrib, your fast was valid. That means, you don't have to make that day up. As long as you were fasting, you began fasting in the morning. Does that make sense? So let's say that, you're a 20-something, 30-something regular person. You don't have no health issues. Your doctor approved you to fast. You don't have no heart disease, no stroke diseases. Your cholesterol's fine. You're just a normal person. You go to work, and it just happens that it's just a day that you just was weak. The fast was just tiring. And you at work, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you doing your job, and you just fall out. Okay, you wake up before Maghrib, or you wake up after Maghrib. He's like, what happened? They say, man, you fell unconscious. You were out for about 2 hours. So you call me and say, Sister Laila, I fell out and didn't even know it. Do I have to make my fast up? No, you were good to go, because you began your day fasting. You just got weak today. Okay. But if the person is unconscious from Fajr until Maghrib, then your fast is not valid, because you didn't really spend the day fasting. Okay? You were out the whole day. Okay? Does everybody understand? It's common sense. You didn't really start the day or end the day fasting. You were out the whole day. It's like being asleep the whole day. But if you began the day fasting and fall out sometime during the day and wake up after the fast is broken, your fast counted. You don't have to make it up. You're good to go. But if you happen to get up for Fajr and fall out, you're unconscious from Fajr until Maghrib or after Maghrib, then you got to make that day up, because you didn't really spend the day fasting. It's common sense. Okay? And we'll go over these things again during the month. Now, there's different opinions from the scholars regarding whether a person unconscious must make up the fast or not, but this is our view here at Sunnah Followers. The pen is lifted when a person is unconscious. Allah says that the pen is lifted for people who are unconscious. They're not held accountable for what they do. So, say, for example, a person's in a coma. We get this question a lot. Say, for example, a person's been in a coma. Do they have to make up the fast, the Ramadans that they miss from being in a coma? We've had that come up. I think it was last year that came up. Some brother had a stroke or something, and he spent the whole Ramadan. In fact, we had one of my students, a sister, spent the whole Ramadan too in a coma because she had a stroke, and her family wanted to know, does she have to make up that whole Ramadan because she was in a stroke the whole month of Ramadan? This is our opinion here at Sunnah Followers, and there's different opinions of the scholars, but this is the opinion of Sheikh Abu Atayib, who is the website scholar. This is also Dr. Jamali's opinion. And of course, I share this view too. The pen is lifted because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says the pen is lifted when a person's unconscious. They're not held accountable for what they do in that state. So if a person is in a coma or whatever during the month of Ramadan, there's no need to make up anything. So somebody might get sick during Ramadan, have a stroke, and be in a state, that type of vegetable state during the month of Ramadan. Do they have to make up those fasts? This is our view here at Sunnah Followers. Also, Dr. Ali Shahata shares that view too. That's also the view of Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli too, who was also one of the originators of this website too. Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli shares that view too. That is all of our view here at Sunnah Followers. The pen is lifted. Okay. All right. What if a fasting person feels extreme hunger to the point of thinking he or she will die? All right. If a person feels extreme hunger to the point of thinking he or she will die, first of all, living in America, I find that very hard to believe. But in some places of the world, it's possible, but not here. In these communities here in America, no. But if a person is in a situation like that, they may break their fast, but they must make it up later. Okay? But it is not permissible to break your fast because of hardship or because you feel tired or is afraid of imagined sickness. And I want you guys to tell this to your children, because the ones that will come to you with this are the kids. Oh, I'm about to die. Your children will come to you with that. Oh, I'm about to die. If I don't drink something, I'm going to die of thirst. And we have some weak Muslims that will come and say, oh, Sister Laila, I haven't eaten anything in 4 hours. If I don't eat something, I'm going to die. And I usually say, are you a glutton? Come on, you eat all day and all night. Come on, you ain't nobody living in a part of the world where you haven't eaten in a week or two. You're a glutton. No, you're not going to die. You can go without eating for 7 days without dying. No. You know, these people are imagined illnesses, imagined this, or some kids will come and say, oh, I'm so tired. If I don't eat, I'm going to die now. Especially this time of year. This is the winter months and the days are short. This is an easy fast. The days are short. If you can't go 6 hours without eating, something's wrong with you. If you're an adult and you can't go 6 hours without eating because the days are short, you know, you break your fast at what, 6 o'clock, 6:15. If you can't fast at 6:15, something's wrong with you. You're a glutton. That's a sign that you have something to work on, your love for food. Your love for food is greater than your love for Allah. That shows that that's a sign of weakness of faith. But if there are people that live in certain parts of the world that don't get food, yes, if they feel like this, then they can break their fast and make it up later. But don't fall for these antics that come from the children and the weak Muslims here. Okay. And now we get to the part about those who are working physically challenging jobs. You know, you're working out there in the blizzard. This is winter time. I have to use winter. You know, it's 10 below zero. And you have to be out there shoveling the snow, working the streets to clear out the ice. Okay. They are not permitted to break their fast, and they must have the intention to fast at night for the following day too. Okay. If they cannot stop working and they are afraid that some harmful thing may befall them during the day, or they face some extreme hardship that causes them to break their fast, then they should eat only what is enough to help them bear the hardship. So say, for example, it's 20 below zero, and it's so cold, and you got to have something hot to drink. Then you drink just enough hot cocoa, I guess, enough hot cocoa that will help to warm you up to bear the cold. Then you refrain from drinking anything else until sunset. And then you must make the fast up later. Okay? So if you out there shoveling the ice in the blizzard, you drink enough cocoa just to warm the insides of you up. Then you have to make that fast up later still. Okay? Because we're in the wintertime. It's not hot. It's extremely cold if you at that part of the world. Okay? And again, we always tell people that work physically demanding jobs, if the cold is that bad for you, then you might want to go on vacation. Take a vacation this time of year. This is a good time to put in for vacation leave. If the cold is going to interfere with your fasting, which I don't think it should, because all you can dress up in some nice warm thermal clothing and do your job out there in the street. Okay. You shouldn't allow your job to get in the way of fulfilling your obligations to Allah. Remember, Allah tells us in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, whoever fears Allah and keeps his duty to him, Allah will make a way for him to get out from every difficulty, and Allah will provide him from sources that he never imagined. So try not to let your job be an excuse to not fast. Again, we only fast in a few hours. We're in the wintertime. This ain't the summer. So you should be able to fast and get through the day, no matter what type of job you have, because we're in the winter months. All right, the easiest time to fast. It's not like we're in the hot sun, even in the Gulf states that's near the equator. This is a good time for them to fast because it's the summer months for them as well. All right, any questions or comments about today's class? Preparing for Ramadan, dealing with the sicknesses and demanding jobs. Any questions? Comments? Also, I just want to remind everybody too, we have a lecture with Dr. Dramali at 8:30. He's going to be speaking about the tafsir of Surah Al-Imran, verses 140 onward. He's going to speak about the Christian delegation that came to the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asking about Jesus, alayhi salam, and Mary, and how that delegation, how they all converted to Islam. He's going to go over those verses of Surah Al-Imran. And also tonight at 9:30, you have my class, the Maqasidic Tafsir Surah Arad, and I'll be covering chapter 13 of Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid's amazing book. We're almost at the end of that book, and I'm gonna cry at the end because this is one of my favorites. This one and the Maqasidic Tafsir Surah Ibrahim so far are my two favorites. And by the way, everyone needs to go to Amazon.com and buy Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid's book entitled The Maqasidic Tafsir of Surah Isra. Because when we finish Surah Arad, I will be teaching, inshallah, if Allah keeps me here on this earth, and if it is His will, I will be covering Dr. Kareem Abu Zaid's Maqasidic Tafsir of Surah Isra, which speaks about the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam's night journey. And I know you guys are going to say, oh, we're going to miss all the shorts that Laila puts out about the vulnerable women. I know you guys enjoy my shorts about the rights of women and how many broken-hearted women are there. Now we move on to the night journey and the stories of the prophets, alayhi salam, My little shorts. I love making those shorts too about the rights of women and the hearts. Yeah. So that's tonight. We're gonna have my Met-Qasidic Tafsir Surat Arad, chapter 15, and Dr. Dramali's Tafsir Surat Al Imran. All right, no questions? And please support this dawah effort, guys. Let me put that on there. I meant to write that on the screen. You can donate using go to www.Sunnahfollowers. There's a QR code there to scan too on the screen. But for most of you are on your phones, you can't scan with your phone. Go to www.Sunnahfollowers.net on your cell phone. Click on Pay Now. If you click on Pay Now and you fill out your name and stuff, you can donate using PayPal. You can use Apple Pay. You can use credit card, Affirm. So many options. Or you can donate using PayPal by clicking on the Donate Now button. And also you can Zelle us. Zelle is, I should have wrote that at the beginning of the thing, shouldn't I? I forgot to put it on there. There's the email address to Sunnahfollowers.net. Cash App, Sunnahfollowers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You can Zelle Laila at Sunnahfollowers.net, Cash App, Sunnahfollowers, or go to PayPal, paypal.me/Sunnahfollowers, or just go on your cell phone to www.Sunnahfollowers.net and click the Pay Now or the Donate Now button. And by the way, check out the blog. When you go to Sunnahfollowers.net, click on the tab that says blog, and you'll see the articles, summarize the classes there. The classes from yesterday summarized are there. I'm getting ready to put this class I just did summarized there. Yeah, the class on sicknesses and demanding jobs. I try to summarize all the classes by putting it there for you guys to read it, in addition to my shorts I put out. Yeah, we're working hard. That's where your donations are going. You guys want to see where your donations are going? Look at my website. I'm using AI for everything. Your donations are going for the streaming I'm doing, for the AI videos I'm putting out, the web, the blog, the webinars that we're doing. And by the way, did y'all see on the 20th of this month, there's going to be a special Ask Sister Laila live show. It will be hosted by Brother Mukhtar and Dr. Ali Shaheta. This Ask Sister Laila live was requested by the brothers. The topic will be racism in the masajid, the racism in the masjids. Yes. The racism in the mosque that are directed towards African Americans. Oh yeah, it's a big problem with racism in our masjids. The racism directed towards African Americans. That's the topic on the 20th, which is next week. Oh yeah, so you don't want to miss that Islam Q&A show. It'll be hosted by Brother Mukhtar and Dr. Ali Shaheta, and I will be sending them. I have a list of questions that the brothers sent. I'm going to send that to Mukhtar and Dr. Ali tonight, inshallah. Yeah, I just haven't sent it. I was up all night doing the other stuff, but I'll send that to them tonight, inshallah. Yeah. Yeah, if you got some questions, you can bring your questions to them too. Yes. You like that topic? Yeah, it's happening, isn't it? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. This is the brother. You one of the brothers that sent it in. You one of the brothers that requested it, huh? Oh yeah. Yeah. I got your email, brother. Yeah, you're one of the brothers that sent the request in. It's bad. Yes, I got that request. Donations. This brother say when they go for donations, they ask for help. They turn their back on you. He said they'll tell you no. They have no finance. I'm gonna write that down now. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Now we come to the. Hold on. I'm gonna put this list to Mukhtar and them today. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got that, but I'll write it again. He said he wants this to be the number one thing addressed. He's angry. You're angry. Fresno, you hear this? Did you see the video, Fresno?
What are you angry about?
That's the Q&A that's going to be this Friday. The brothers, the racism in the mosques towards African Americans. He said number one. He said he wants this to be the main. This brother is angry. I wish y'all could see what he typing. He said we go to the mosque asking for help, and they tell you no, that they don't have no money. They want to see all your business. He said we bring them check stubs, check statements, bank reports, give them all your business, and they tell you no, they have no help for you. And as soon as you walk out the door, he says a white man comes behind you, or an Arab or a Pakistani comes behind you. They don't have no paperwork, and they say how much you need and give them.
He know they don't have no paperwork.
He said they don't bring it, and they know. He said he stand there and watch it, and they give them. And he ain't the only one that says this. They give them all the money they need, but they won't give the black people nothing. He ain't the only one that said this. Brother L had this question, said the same thing. So this ain't no lie. This is happening.
It ain't no
he
lie.
said this is the Arab and Pakistani mosques. This is the Arab mosque. This ain't the black mosques. This is happening in the Arab and Pakistani mosques, sister, he said. And Amina said it's happening in the Bosnian mosques too. We ain't talking about black mosques. Black people look out for themselves. These are the Arab, Pakistani, and Amina said Bosnian mosques. That's the topic. Racism towards African Americans. Yeah. Fresno's in a black mosque. That's why she said, how you know? He ain't talking about you, Fresno.
Because I asked them same questions. Because people play games.
Yeah.
I'd be like the prophet. I'd give them a pan.
Yeah.
Tell them cut some grapes, pip some cotton.
Right.
You feel me?
And that's how it's supposed to be. But they're not doing it in the Arab and Pakistani mosques. They're only doing it towards the black people. They're racist towards the African Americans.
Cut it out, right?
Mm-hmm. But you're supposed to do that. But they only do it to the black people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's number one, brother. And I got the rest of your questions. I got about 5. You sent me the email with 5, right? Oh, you got more? You say you got more. Make sure you're here live. Because Dr. Ali and Mukhtar will be addressing this. And make sure you remember you can join the Zoom room and get on the mic. You, Brother L, all y'all. Sister Amina, all y'all can get on the mic.
All right. You got everything.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You like Brother Mukhtar and Dr. Ali. Yeah, that's why they're going to be. Yeah. Yeah. He said it's hurtful. Yeah, it's very hurtful. But y'all not the only ones. I hear about this all the time. These are the signs of the last hour, bro. Mm-hmm. Racism, tribalism. Yeah, but I got it. I'm going to put this together, your list together, and send it to Dr. Ali. In fact, Dr. Ali sent me a text message Did you like the video I put out? Yeah, Dr. Ali sent me a text message asking for the questions, and I'm going to send them to him and Mukhtar today. Yeah. Y'all want to see the video again? Okay, let me play the video again, guys. For those of you who haven't seen it, the video can be found on my YouTube channel. Click on the short tab. I put it there last night. Let me play the intro video again. It's just a short little intro I threw together last night. Let me play it for y'all to see. He wants to see the video. Hold on. Yeah, see that? I just threw it together last night. Is it okay? I just, you just see them standing, look, see the black, y'all can read in between the lines. I didn't have time to put no sound, no voice to it. I do everything myself now. You can read between the lines. The black people standing off to the side. They weren't included. Did you get it? Did y'all get the video? Where's Layla? Latifa, did you see it? Mina, where's my people that comment on my videos? Mina, did you get the video? Is Mina here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you see did you get it when I put it? They couldn't fit in. Did you get the message of the video?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm looking on YouTube. Yeah, I see it.
Did you get my message? The message of it?
Included, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't feel included. He waved at the end. What about me? The first black man was like, what y'all doing tonight? But I don't know. They won't let me join in even with whatever that is. Nobody got the message. Nobody saw it.
Girl, I guess they didn't get the message. I don't know.
Did anybody get my video's message?
They ain't got nothing, Layla. I tell you, they ain't gonna say nothing. They scared. They ain't got nothing.
Mina, did you?
See if I got the message. I'm doing something right now.
I don't think y'all saw it. Did you get the message, Pamela? I mean, did you see how they didn't, the people didn't feel included? The black guys didn't feel included. That's what it's about. Racism. Did I portray it?
Mary don't have to stop throwing her cigarette butts again.
I don't know. Anyway, that's the video. Oh yeah, okay, Jamila said she saw it and got it. Pamela said they got the message. They didn't see it at first. Now that they saw it, they got the message. Yeah, I portrayed the message. I better portray it. I went to school for journalism. I better have a message right. It's my thing. I went to school for that. Yeah, so they couldn't fit in. Exclusivity. They weren't included. They were excluded. So that's going to be the topic. Yeah, it's sad that's going on. But brother, I got your stuff. I'm going to send this stuff to brother. I'm going to send it to Mukhtar and Dr. Ali. This should be a great Islam Q&A. All right, guys, I'm gonna log out. We'll be back in about
It should be interesting. What do you want to do? Beat him down?
Girl, he said it's hurtful, which I can believe.
It is
It's hurtful when you pay your. He said he give donations every month too. You give donations to an Islamic center, and you need help because you laid off from your job and they tell you no, but they giving help to everybody else, but not you because of the color of your skin.
Is he show? That is silly.
And it ain't just him, especially when nobody in the community who's of that skin color is getting help. Yeah, he show. He said it reminds him of the Jim Crow days. Yeah, he know what he talking about. Black people, know what discrimination is. They ain't stupid. And he said we supposed to be an Ummah. Yeah, he know. He ain't dumb. He said, yeah, I know, sister.
All right, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's wrong. He said it's wrong. Something to be
people
done.
Always want to come begging like the mosque got a whole bunch of money. When you come there, I question everybody.
Yeah.
I don't play faith.
He said, but he ain't a beggar. He said he works. He's a professional. He works. He ain't no beggar.
But what happened? He needed a little help.
He got laid off. He said you go and they don't give you, people don't give you no help, but they help the Arabs. He said it's just the Arabs and Pakistanis. He said it's a shame you got to go get help from somebody else because the Arabs and Pakistanis won't help you, and they don't put your key. They don't even let your people in their schools either. And we know that's the truth. We definitely know that's the truth. That's everywhere, even here where I live. Mm-hmm. It's racism.
Yeah.
That's racism.
What you gonna do about it? Talk about it? Just talk. What you gonna do? I guess you want to just express your.
No, he's doing the right thing. He's making it known. That's why he got it as a. That's why he got it as a.
Change it with your hand, change it with your mouth. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's why he got it as a topic here. He's doing the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah, even Pamela say, yeah, that's right. They making it known.
Okay.
They doing the right thing. Everybody speaking about it. This is everywhere, even where I live. Exactly. Good job. Exactly. Yeah. So that's gonna be this Friday, Pamela. That's gonna be the topic because everybody's sick of it. It's all across America and Canada.
What you mean you sick of it? What you gonna do? You just gonna talk about it, right? You sick of it? I'm not really clear. They gave me another message.
No, this girl, Fresno, you better wake up. There's a lot going on about it. Mm-hmm. There's a whole lot going on about it. Mm-hmm. Thanks to my platform, a lot's going on. Yeah, a lot's going on. Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll be back in about at 8:30 with Dr. Jamali, who needs to get a clue too. And then my class at 9:30. All right, Subhanallah. Exactly, Brother Mike. It's messed up. There's a lot going on about this stuff. Yeah. Okay, but I'm glad that the brothers are dealing with it like y'all are. All right, but I'll be back, guys. This is gonna be a dynamite topic. Don't y'all put that on y'all's calendars for the 20th of the Friday the 20th. Dr. Alicia had a Mukhtar. I think we getting ready to rip the house down because I had 2,000 people at my Q&A Friday. We're gonna probably have about 5,000 on the 20th with this one because this is one of the hottest topics in America for us as Muslims. It's racism. Everybody talking about it and dealing with it. Okay, so we'll be back at 8:30. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.